The Midnight Carnival, the neon lights of the Midnight Carnival flickered like dying stars, casting jagged shadows across the crooked tents. It was a place whispered about in train yards and alleyways, a circus that arrived unannounced and vanished before dawn. Its main attraction, Elias Voss, the magician of the macabre. Elias wasn't like other performers. His tricks weren't sleight of hand, they were real. He'd pluck coins from the veins of volunteers, make doves burst from their mouths, and once, horrifyingly, turned a heckler's laughter into a swarm of beetles. But tonight's show was special. Rumors swirled that Elias would debut his greatest feat, summoning a creature from the other side. People were waiting for what will occur next. The crowd, a ragged mix of thrill-seekers and lost souls, packed the moth-eaten velvet seats of the black tent. The air reeked of sulfur and sweat. On stage, Elias stood in his tattered tailcoat, his face half hidden behind a porcelain mask painted with a weeping smile. "Ladies and gentlemen," he crooned, voice like gravel and honey, "tonight you witness the unveiling." He snapped his fingers, and the tent plunged into darkness. A single blood-red spotlight ignited, revealing a claw-footed mirror shrouded in chains. Elias traced a symbol on its surface, a twisted rune that glowed like embers, and began to chant. The words slithered into the audience's ears, sticky and ancient. The mirror cracked, something oozed through the glass, a shapeless mass of shadows and teeth. It pooled on the stage, then twisted into a humanoid form, tall, with too many joints, its face a void save for a vertical mouth splitting from forehead to collarbone. The crowd gasped, then applauded. Just another illusion, they thought. But Elias's hands trembled. This wasn't part of the act. The creature's mouth peeled open, and a sound emerged, not a roar, but a chorus of screams, as if it had swallowed 1,000 victims. The tent's walls bulged inward. Patrons clawed at their throats, choking on black smoke that reeked of rot. Elias stumbled back, fumbling for the grimoire he'd stolen from a grave in Prague, the book's leather cover pulsed like a heartbeat. "Bind it," hissed his assistant, Clara, her eyes wide with terror. She'd warned him not to use the cursed text, but Elias had grown addicted to the gasps, the dread, the power. He screamed the binding verse, but the creature lunged, its claws shredding the stage curtains. The mirror shattered, and more shapes poured through, things with too many eyes, too many limbs, their forms defying reason. The audience finally understood. This was no trick. Chaos erupted. A woman's scream cut short as a serpentine monster dragged her into the shadows. A man tripped, his body dissolving into ash when a spider-like abyss scuttled over him. Elias, desperate, hurled spell after spell, but the grimoire's pages began to eat his fingers, inky, tendrils snaking up his arms. Clara grabbed his shoulder. "You fool! The book doesn't control them, it feeds them. You're the sacrifice." The vertical mouth of the first creature split into a grin. It spoke, its voice Elias's own. "Join us, magician. You promised a show." The grimoire's tendrils coiled around Elias's throat. He gagged as his skin cracked like porcelain, his blood replaced with swirling darkness. The last thing he saw was Clara fleeing into the night and his own reflection in the broken mirror, now a hollow-eyed monster among the horde. By sunrise, the carnival was gone. No bodies remained, save for a lone porcelain mask in the dirt. But travelers swear that on moonless nights you can still hear the crowd's screams, and a magician's laughter echoing from a mirror that shouldn't be there. The Midnight Carnival always needs an audience after all.